Hello, Greet class. I'm so sorry not to be meeting you in person because obviously we're not in school at the moment, and I'm really sad about that. But I just thought I'd do this little video for you just to tell you a few things about myself and to hopefully get to know you a little bit before we start in September. So my name is Mrs Dyer, and I will be teaching Greet class on Thursdays and Fridays when you are in year 3. I really hope that over the next couple of days when we're in on Monday and Tuesday, that if you see us around school, give us a wave so that we get to know what your faces look like. I'm just going to share my screen with you now because I think you've all been sent this home so that you can get to know us a little bit better. Okay, so this is all about me, which was a little bit scary when we had to put these together. So this was Meet Mrs Dyer. So this should tell you a few things about me. And it just says hello to you and your mums and dads at home. And then just tells you a little bit about me, when my birthday is, my favourite colour. Oh, my favourite pudding is key lime pie, definitely. Things I like doing outside of school, I love going to the theatre and the cinema. But also I love singing and acting and dancing myself. And I did a lot of that when I was a little bit younger, but I'm still involved now. Oh, what do I like to drink? And my favourite book. Here's my favourite book here. I'm going to read this to you in a moment. I'm really excited about year 3 in September because hopefully we're going to get a complete and full year of teaching for you and for us as well, because it's been a bit interrupted over the last 2 years. My favourite subject, I mean, I love all the subjects, I love teaching everything, but my favourite is definitely science. It's what I studied when I was at university, and so I love teaching it. I love giving all the knowledge that I've got and giving that to you as young people. So we've got some really exciting practicals for you to do, lots and lots of hands-on science, lots of investigations. Our first topic is all about rocks and soils. So if you wanted to do a little bit of investigating and finding out over the summer holidays, that would be great. Okay, so I'm now going to share this story with you. So I'm going to try and show you as much of the book as I can. Now this is a little bit like a picture book, so I hope you won't think it's too young for you, but it's got a really good message in it. And my children loved this when they were a little bit younger. They're older now, 15 and 13, so teenage years. So this was a really favourite book of theirs when they were younger, and it's called Brave Bitsy and the Bear. Little Bitsy fell out of her girl's pocket in the woods one autumn afternoon. Thump! Help! She cried, but her girl didn't hear. Bitsy looked around. The trees were so tall, the woods were so quiet. I'm lost and all alone, she trembled, but I must try to find my way home. So she set off, singing a brave song. Bitsy had not gone far when she heard a growl. A big brown bear stepped out from the trees. Bitsy hid behind her ears. Are you lost, little one? Asked the bear gently. Yes, said Bitsy. I have to find my house. It has a blue door. Well, I was on the way to my cave, said the bear. It's time for my long winter sleep, but climb onto my back and I'll take you home first. They began to tramp through the woods, but soon Bear yawned. I'm so very tired, but don't let me rest or I'll fall asleep and I shan't wake up till spring. So Bitsy sang him one of her most bouncy, wide-awake songs. When Bear's eyelids grew heavy, Bitsy sang a marching song and drummed with her heels to keep him awake. When Bear sat down for a snooze, Bitsy gave a loud tarantara until he carried on. At last, Bitsy saw her house with the blue door. "Thank you for bringing me home," she said. Bear smiled sleepily. "Goodbye, my friend. Good night." And he shuffled wearily back to the woods to find his cave. That night, Bitsy sat on the windowsill thinking of her friend. Did Bear reach his cave, or did he fall asleep on the way? There was no one to sing and keep him awake, she thought sadly. Outside, the snow began to fall, thick and fast. By morning, icicles hung at the window. If Bear has fallen asleep on the way to his cave, he'll freeze under the snow, thought Bitsy. I must try to find him. So taking a ball of wool from the knitting basket, she lifted the latch and climbed out of the window. Then she tied the end of the wool to the garden gate and set off, singing a hopeful song. Bitsy searched every snowdrift, but she couldn't find Bear. On and on she went until the wool came to an end. She tied it to a loose thread of her jumper and carried on. "Bear, Bear, are you there?" she sang. But no one answered. Her jumper grew shorter and shorter, and at last it unravelled completely. Tired and shivering with the cold, Bitsy could go no further. Just then she heard a loud snore. And there was Bear, fast asleep with his head in his paws. Bitsy shook him. "Wake up," she cried, and sang with all her heart, but Bear didn't stir. "He'll freeze unless I help him," she thought. So she brushed the snow from Bear's coat and tugged some bracken across his back, but the wind blew it off and fresh snowflakes fell. Bitsy hugged Bear's neck, but she had no warmth to give. Then suddenly, Bitsy heard a rustling and a scratching. Out of the trees peeped the creatures of the wood. "We heard your singing, little rabbit," they said. "We're Bear's friends too. We can help him together." The beavers built a shelter of wood. The foxes fetched the bracken, and the squirrels brought moss for a blanket. Soon Bear was warm again. "Goodbye, my friend. Good night," said Bitsy. Then she followed the wool all the way home and climbed back into her girl's cosy bed. As she drifted off to sleep, Bitsy thought of Bear under his mossy blanket in the snow and hoped he would keep warm all winter long. On the first morning of spring, Bitsy ran to find Bear singing her sunniest waking song. "Hello, little one," said Bear. "Why, somebody made me such a cosy bed. That was the best winter sleep I ever had." Bitsy hugged him tight and smiled happily to herself. And in the woods, all around, Bear's friends smiled too. There's Bear and Bitsy having a nice hug at the end. Now, I really like that story because it's all about friendship and helping each other. And I think with your class greet, and definitely when you come up to year 3, that's a really important value that we have. We are really supportive of each other and we really help our friends out. Okay, so that's the end of my little video clip. Please give me a wave if you see me around school on Monday or Tuesday next week. I hope you have a wonderful summer holiday and we can't wait to get started in September. Bye for now, everybody.